Hey everybody, welcome back to Idiot Proof Cooking. We've got a special episode today. It's the 10,000 subscriber special. I can't believe it. The channel hit 10,000 subscribers the other day. I am absolutely blown away by that. When I started this channel back in April of 2021, I remember saying to people, I really hope that the channel has 1,000 subscribers after a year, and look at where we're at. We're 10 times that. We're at 10,000 subscribers. Honestly, if you've subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. I'm glad you like what I've been making, and I've really enjoyed making it for you all. So with that in mind, I think it's time to celebrate a little bit. So I got myself a little treat here, Honduran, if you're wondering, and the kitchen torch. Believe it or not, you can do more than creme brulee with this stuff. So anyways, the key is to toast the tobacco for a quick moment here.
Are you smoking in here?
Yeah, it's my 10,000 subscriber episode. We hit 10,000 subscribers, Meg.
Take it outside.
Well, anyways, we'll put that aside for a moment. So let's get into making what we're making today. I'm going to be making the Luther burger, which is super unhealthy, but a lot of fun to make. If you don't know what it is a bacon cheeseburger, or in my case, a double bacon cheeseburger, but instead of using regular old hamburger buns, you use 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. The legend goes that the late singer Luther Vandross would eat these. And you know what? I figured, let's try and make it. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So, you know what? Let's get into making this. Okay, so before we start making the burger, I've got to make some bacon first. So what I have here is a whole pack of bacon on my wire rack set in a rimmed baking sheet. And what I'm going to do is stick it in my oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit and bake it for like 20-25 minutes until it gets nice and crispy. And while the bacon is cooking, let's talk about the meat we're going to be using to make our burgers. To the left here, I have like 1.5 pounds of beef brisket, and then to the right, I have another 1.5 pounds of beef short rib. So what we're going to do is start cutting all of our meat into like 1-inch cubes, starting off with the brisket. So as you can see here, just cutting it up, and then moving over to the beef short rib. First, I'm going to separate the meat from the bone. Obviously, you don't want bone in your burger. And then I'm just going to, similarly to the brisket, cut it up into 1-inch cubes. Now what I'm going to do is cut off a little bit of the fat cap on the top, because the short rib already has a lot of fat marbled throughout it. So anyways, yeah, cut the short rib up into 1-inch cubes, and then we're going to stick this all in a freezer for about 20-25 minutes to help harden it up a little bit, because it's easier to grind the beef if it is slightly hardened. So after 25 minutes in the freezer, it's firmed up quite nicely, so get out your meat grinder and start assembling it. Now what you'll also want to do is stick the metal pieces of your grinder in the freezer as well for 20-25 minutes. Again, it just helps grind the beef if the metal pieces are cold. But anyways, from there, you're just going to start sticking your beef cubes in and grinding them up. So what we're going to do here is grind the brisket and short rib twice. First with a coarse grind and then with a fine grind. So grind everything through the coarse grind attachment, and then kill the power on your grinder for a moment. Remove the coarse grind piece like that, and then go get the fine grind piece for your meat grinder. Reattach everything. Let me just give you a quick close-up of the ground beef. Look at how gorgeous and red that looks. But anyways, yeah, start the meat grinder back up and throw the ground beef through one more time so that you can fine grind it. Now this step is optional. I just like to fine grind mine because I find that the beef binds better when you make it into burgers. But you know, by all means, just go with a coarse ground if that's what you want to do. Either would be fine. So after everything is ground up, you're going to have some gorgeous looking ground beef that's nice and fatty with the brisket and short rib in there. Look at how beautiful that is. So let's start making our burgers. So what I'm going to do is get out my kitchen scale, throw some parchment paper down on it, and I'm going to measure out some burger balls. So I'm going to make my burgers about 5 to 6 ounces in size. So that's what I'm just doing here, measuring them out. Now I'm going to make a double burger, so just repeat the process after you've made your first one. So get out another 5 to 6 ounces of ground beef, measure it out on your kitchen scale, and you're good to go to start making these patties. So what I'm going to do now is just take these beef balls and form them into circular patties with my hands, pressing them down onto my work surface and just flattening them out, shaping them with my hands. They don't have to be perfect, obviously, but I want them to look fairly round. So there we go, look at that. Those are coming together quite nicely. Once they are done, it's time to start cooking these. So I'm just going to stack these up here quickly, and we're going to head into the kitchen and start cooking. So what we've got here is my cast iron flat top. I've been letting it heat up for about 5 or 6 minutes on a medium-high heat. Then I'm going to throw down some avocado oil to cook my burgers on. Now you can use any neutral flavored oil if you want, but after the cast iron flat top is heated up enough, it's time to start slamming down our burger patties. So like I said earlier, I'm making a double bacon cheeseburger, so throw both patties down, and then I'm going to throw some kosher salt on both of them for flavor, so just sprinkle a little bit on, and then also some freshly ground black pepper on both patties. And then we're just going to leave these alone for like the next 3 to 5 minutes to cook and get nice and charred on the one side. After about 5 minutes, we're going to give them a flip, and as you can see here, we've got some gorgeous color on the one side of the patty, so we'll flip the other one there, and look at that. Look at these are coming together nicely. Immediately after I flip them, I'm going to throw a slice of American cheese on both, and then just cook these for the next 2 to 3 minutes until the cheese melts. Once that's done, it's time to start heading into the other room to assemble this, because we're practically done making these. Burgers are super easy to make. Now for the bun, like I said in the intro, the buns are actually Krispy Kreme donuts, not actual hamburger buns. And let me tell you, these were not easy to procure in Hamilton, Ontario. They are not readily available. So anyways, I've got a couple of Krispy Kreme donuts here. They smell amazing, and let's get assembling. So there's my 2 hamburger patties. So what we're going to do first is throw the first cheeseburger patty down on top of one of the donuts, and then let's go get some of the bacon that we cooked earlier. I think I'm just going to put like 2 to 3 slices on. You know, we'll be conservative and throw just a couple of slices of bacon on. No need to go over the top here. And then throw the second cheeseburger patty on top, and then, you know, be conservative again and just throw a couple slices of bacon on top of that. And then crown this unholy monstrosity with the top bun, which is another Krispy Kreme donut. And behold the Luther burger. Look at this thing in all of its glory. It smells amazing. Let me tell you, I'm slightly worried that this is going to be an instantaneous stomach ache, but it smells amazing, so we're gonna enjoy this, I think. But anyways, I'm just going to throw some ketchup on this before we go in to taste test it. I do like ketchup on my burgers. And then throw the top bun back on, and here, look at what I pressed down. Look at how greasy this thing is. This is quite the burger. So yeah, let's go in and try this out, and wow is all I can say. Wow, was this ever good. The sweetness of the Krispy Kreme donuts paired quite nicely with the just amazing beefy taste of the burgers and the bacon and cheese. It was awesome, just so awesome. But you know what, I cannot possibly finish this whole thing, so let's end it there. Let's call it the end of an episode. And before I go, just truly thank you to everybody that subscribed to the channel over these past 11 months. I never once thought I'd hit 10,000 subscribers, let alone 1,000 subscribers. I've had a lot of fun. It's been a real blast making these videos, and it's been so cool to interact with people on the channel about what I've made. I'm going to continue to do this, and let's continue on and see where the channel ends up. So truly thanks for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and we'll catch you again next time on Idiot Proof Cooking.